I think it's been a very successful merger. Of course, the number of screens has almost doubled. We were somewhere around 800, 900 screens. INOX was around 600-700 screens. There was a very small gap in the number of screens. And now total, we're about 1,750 odd screens and growing. We're adding 100 screens per annum minimum. We should be adding about 100 screens this year as well. Of course, when two companies come together, when there is a merger, a lot of economies of scale, kick in. And that really has been the synergistic benefit of this merger. We had actually, reported the synergistic numbers last year. And because of economies of scale and synergy, we reported about close to 300 to 400 crore saving. South India always has been a very lucrative market for us. I think in the top is Bangalore and Chennai, and we're very committed to grow our cinemas there. In fact, we have about 3 new multiplexes that are due to open in Hyderabad. We have about 3 new multiplexes in Chennai that we're going to start work on this year. In addition to that, we are also looking at other South Indian markets like Bangalore. We just added a new cinema there also recently. Plus, I think all over the country, there is always a growth opportunity. And we're also looking at East very closely. But we have launched a new multiplex there, a 9-screen cinema in Millennium City in Mahindra Mall, and there we have launched a new format called Cine Diner, which is doing extremely well. And the answer to your first question, on the East also, of course, we're looking at launching new formats. I mean, we're all about, of course, pushing the envelope, introducing new formats, be it IMAX, PXL, 4DX, Playhouse, Luxe, Insignia. I think that is what we offer as a company. We offer a bouquet of different formats, which basically vary in terms of experiences and also price points. So Director's Cut, for example, is a very luxurious format. Then we have IMAX, which is an immersive format. And I think all these cities, we already have a lot of formats, but now our endeavor is that every time we go to a new region or to a new city, we introduce as many new formats as possible. Well, obviously these formats are not standalone. So if you're opening a 6-screen complex or a 10-screen complex, anything between 6 to 10, then in that case we have 1 or 2 mainstream formats, special formats, and then the others are mainstream. So you'll go to a megaplex in Gurgaon, for example, which is now 15 screens. So out of the 15 screens, 1 is IMAX, 4 is Director's Cut, and the rest are mainstream. So the mainstream screens, which are covering about 10 odd screens, are regular pricing. I mean, of course, we're trying to do different things and different innovations. And right now we have done innovations by subleasing spaces within the cinema to different brands. We've kept spaces for gaming, we've kept spaces for merchandising, and we've also kept spaces for nail bars, going forward, even F&B outlets, other F&B outlets. So these are small experiments that we are doing because that's what we like to do different things so that we can give a different experience to our customers. Last 3 years have been extremely good for us in terms of finding different kinds of content. We've experimented with different kinds of content, and some have really worked and opened our eyes that there is a demand for those kind of films. So in addition to your regular Hindi films, your regular regional films, and regular Hollywood films, we've been able to create a market for anime. Anime films have been doing very well. We've been able to create a market for re-releases, which are, some do very well, some don't do that well. And we've also been able to create markets for concerts like BTS, Taylor Swift, and in some cases documentaries. Documentaries are small right now, but these are the 2-3 new contents that we've been experimenting with, and they've been fairly successful. F&B is a very integral part of our business. It contributes to about almost 25% of our top line of our revenue. We are looking at many different experiments there. We had recently launched MJ, a movie jockey, which is a chatbot. You can actually just talk to the chatbot or scan the QR code and order your F&B on the seat. It's all about convenience. We're trying to enhance the customer experience and the convenience of the customer, so they don't have to join long queues. We've also got kiosks now into the system, which are called quick bites, like airports. You don't have to go to the check-in counter here. You don't have to go to the concessions. And through plasmas, you can pre-order and have your food delivered to the seats. So these are the kind of experiments which we're doing, which are very IT-driven mostly. I think because deployment of technology in any business is very important. And these are the new technological deployments that we're looking at to enhance the service and the convenience of the customer. Should be opening 100 screens by the end of this financial year. Next financial year also, we have a slightly higher target to open about 120 to 150 screens. All of India is still under-screened, but in addition to that, we're also looking at smaller towns now. There are some low-cost cinemas that are coming up in very small towns in Tier 3, Tier 4 cities, and we're working on that blueprint right now and signing some cinemas so that we can also bring a lot more affordable cinema to these places. So we remain committed to growing our number of screens by 100, 150 every year, and growing the admissions, and also providing excellent service to the customers and excellent experience to all the customers. Dhurandhar, Blue Ocean strategy. Blinkit, still be in films, but on the other side perhaps.